If you do want to take advantage of these programs and head up to the Great Lakes Center for the Performing Arts, head over to our website at 9and10news.com. As a black child living in the South, I could not attend school with white children. Am I Anne Frank, Rosa Parks, or Michelle Obama?
I'm going to say Rosa Parks.
If you all had said Michelle Obama, I know something right now. I'm also thinking, you know, when your kids act up and then you don't want to hit them, you just want to, you know, just kind of bop them a little bit.
No. I can't sign off on that.
And if you have a woman in your life that you want to highlight, please send her over. Send that photo. Tell us why you're going to recognize her. That's goodday at 9and10news.com.
Hey.
It is hashtag Women Do Wednesday. I just remember it was something like this, and we were just dancing around, and build me up. That's the move. Build me up, buttercup baby, just to let me down. This is on the workout video.
Today, National One Hit Wonder Day.
I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna get me down.
Chabawamba. Welcome back to Foodie Friday on a good day in northern Michigan. Some of you may use lavender as an antiseptic and anti-inflammatory. I use it to go to sleep, but you know, there's other ways that you can use it as well. This is a show that I can educate, I can empower, I can entertain, and then I can eat. Yeah, I'm not a beet fan, but you know what? Right. But I am going to eat this because, you know, one thing about being vegetarian, you have to keep trying different fruits, vegetables. Yeah, and then Matt, your husband, because he's the one that actually grew these items, so he's here to tell us about growing lavender. So Matt, tell me, what is the difference between growing lavender and some of the other plants and herbs that are out there? And don't you worry about that cold weather, because we have plenty of treats here to keep you warm right here with Great Lakes Bee Company. Between a honey margarita, we have Gingy's honey balls as well. And I'm curious about vegans. Some vegans really don't like honey because it comes from an animal, quote unquote, but you feel a little bit different.
Well, the way it works in the bee's body is they take the nectar from the flower and they put it in a little holding tank.
Probably past the use by date.
I went to a restaurant the other day and I had the tofu, and because I eat tofu, so I know what it's supposed to smell like. And soon as it sits down, I said, nope, this isn't good. Like, I knew, because that odor was there, and it turned into the stinky tofu. So over in China, they have stinky tofu that is acceptable, and it's considered a street food. Here at Shady Lane Cellars, known for 30 years of winemaking, they produce over 6,000 cases of wine each year on 70 acres of red and white varietal land. This is a family-owned business that's been around for quite some time, over 100 years to be exact. Join me on this flavorful destination as I enjoy red and white pairings, and we're going to learn the science of selecting grapes. Thing is, you never go to a winery or a vineyard and take off any grapes without permission. So, Casey, you guide me. What do you want me to do?
Let's pick one that has gotten a lot of sunshine. These right here that are really nice and golden, pick one of those.
Okay.
They're gonna be delicious.
See, this is just back a little bit so it doesn't get out there and you chop it off.
Gotcha.
And once you get that figured out, it's much more natural and you won't cut yourself as much. Salt will cover a myriad of sins. Now, is that ready or does that need more salt?
I think it needs a little bit more
It does
salt.
need more salt.
Okay.
We're gonna add a little bit of salt. This is why we taste, okay? We're gonna put half the mushrooms on top.
And Carla Moore started practicing behavioral health 30 years ago.
And now she's expanding her practice into whole. So whole means wellness, holistic health, overall life experience. The grand opening is this weekend, October 1st and the 2nd. And she has some useful tips for being your authentic you. So Ms. Carla, tell us, what does it mean to be my authentic me? Washington was the first state to legalize this human composting process. So I'm looking at 7% tax bracket change. So what that means is potentially people that have been in a higher tax bracket may be in a lower one, or people that were in a lower tax bracket could be adjusted to a higher. Jack, 70% of millennials that are non-mortgage owners are in debt. What can they do right now? And we're looking at millennials and Gen Z. What can they do right now to be financially responsible? And because you're traveling so often, it becomes very costly staying in different hotels. You're always eating out. How do you save your funds that you're making? Because you're making money to take home. You're not making money to spend money.
That is correct, Sid. I mean, I've personally worked contracts and had a lot of fun and made a lot of memories, but came home with no money and bills.
Even if you own 0.005%, you still have a voting option.
I swear, I'm learning something every single day from you about money.
On average, more than 1 out of every 3 women and 1 in every 4 men in the U.S. will experience rape, physical violence, and or someone stalking them by an intimate partner. But it's not just the pain that we want to tell here on Good Day. We want to share the survivors of these stories and the signs that if you are in an abusive relationship that you should look for. To respect her identity, we have Tina D that is joining us virtually, and she's going to be with us without video.
I just can't thank you enough for putting this bit of information out there, because the more we know, the more we can help.
Chris, thank you for those words of affirmation, because our goal here is to definitely give transparent, candid information that is useful to not just Northern Michigan, but for anybody that's watching around the country. The kids are violent, there's trash everywhere, they can't lock the doors. I mean, it's really bad. So I used to teach at a school like that in Houston.
Oh, wow.
So thank you so much for joining us. I want to give you some words of hope and wisdom today. Bring joy into your life. Don't let anybody steal your joy, especially over this weekend, because there's so many fun things to do. And football season is underway. He hosts the Piper and Daddy Show, which is so cute. And he has plenty of stories to talk about. Please welcome Derek Cakeley. Derek, I'm curious about that one chip challenge because we don't find out what happens. So what happens at the end of that video?
People melted. It was bad. The one chip challenge is not that's a young man's game.
Let's talk about it with John Garvalia. John, good day to you.
Well, good day to you, Sid.
I'm excited to see these books.
I know. I got a whole pile of them here.
Right. So tell me about the new installment for your series that's featuring Dorian Gray. Next time you'll make that for us.
Yes,
right?
I will. Yes. We'll have a breakfast shot at the farm next time. So we'll have breakfast at the farm.
Well, you know what, Dawn and Matt, thank you so much for being here from McCormick Farms with this lovely lavender spread. Cheers to the weekend to all of you. Thank you so much for joining us this week on Good Day Northern Michigan. Yep, we'll be there. Well, today is definitely a good day to make it a good day. How will you make it so? And I'd like to know, how will you make it a good day? You have made it a good day, but how can you continue to make it so? I hope you've enjoyed this day of learning the science of grapes, the science of honeybees. Yeah. Join us next week as we have so much more for you. Tell me, how are you going to make it a good day? So many people, places, and regulations. It can feel like a complex game. Even so, one right move could change the game.